Hello everyone, welcome to Specialist Project for Spring of 2021. I'm Kathy Grover and I will be your instructor, facilitator, professor for this course this semester. All of you are seeking administrative certification, either the initial certification, which would be the first one that you would receive, or if you have already received your initial certification, you may be working on your advanced certification. So basically, I have two student bodies in the same section this semester, so that gives me some specific things that I want to show you about the course in our Canvas shell. So I have pulled up the student view of the Canvas shell for the course, and I'm going to take you through some things and hopefully set your mind at ease if you've been concerned about all of the assignments that appear to be on here. So let's go right to that. I am going to select the modules section of the shell to be able to show you all what all is in here. This is sort of where I like to work from. Another place that you can go to is the assignments section, and here they will have all of the assignments that are listed, and they're in chronological order, but they aren't grouped by the two populations that I have in this class, those in seeking initial certification and those seeking advanced certification. However, you will see that there is a notation on each assignment here on this page for which one is being addressed. Anything that doesn't have that is an assignment that both populations need to complete. But let's go back to the modules page and take a look at some of the things that we have here. This page begins by showing you all the assignments for the initial certification. Basically, there are 5 10-page papers that you will write having to do with some type of standards for the specific certification level that you are working to achieve. And then that's what these 5 assignments are. Each one of those is a paper, and then the final draft is not a new assignment. It is the compilation of all of these assignments done with all edits and formatting issues corrected. And then you submit that compiled copy together as your final draft. Looking on down here, while we're in the initial certification section, you will see that there are some resources for the course for initial certification. You are going to be studying 32 competencies. Those competencies are based on 5 domains, or are arranged under 5 domains, and you'll be writing to each of those and the 5 domains. That's where you get your 5 different assignments and the 5 10-page chapters that you will be writing to. And so it's been broken out and chunked out for you. I'm going to go back here. Try to go back here. Yep, we did. Okay. And you will also see that there are some other resources that are given to you. This resource takes you to a paper template, which is a file that you can download that will have the proper heading, style, and get you started on how to head your papers so that you will know what those should look like. This copy here has the 5 domains paper template with some notes for you to look at. I'll pull this one up so that you can get a look at it. It will have some, let's see here. We'll have, there we go, it's loading, so it's taking a little while. It has table of contents, how that should be formatted, and then it goes into the paper itself. And let's see if we can look at that here just real quick. Here's assignment 1. You're doing a reflection on the first domain for assignment 1. You'll do a literature review, so you'll be doing some research to find literature on whatever the topics are in domain 1. You'll write about those, synthesize the information you find, and then you'll give some final reflections, more or less. Now that you know this stuff, how do you feel about maybe what you said before? Did you learn anything new? Those types of things. These comments that are over here give you some tips on what you need to have in that section as you go. And you'll see then there's assignment 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now this is for the initial certification, remember. If you are working on advanced certification, we'll talk about your documents here in just a minute. So I'm going to go back to modules, and we were looking at these different resources that are available to help you. Some common errors that are made, how to format page numbers, suggestions to review or to improve the literature review. If you have some comments back from me about your literature review, sometimes these are common errors that are made. And then there's a sample of a literature review for you to see. Also, let me see here. We have some PowerPoints for the initial certification. One having to do with the standards, the domains that you're going to be working with. They are broken down with the competencies underneath. Also, using APA formatting, we're in APA 7. I'm not sure that all of the documents that are in here, the templates, if they've been updated to APA 7. If not, I may do a little bit of editing without removing any points, just so that you all will be familiar with what the APA 7 formatting is. There's some information that you can review on plagiarism and how to avoid plagiarizing. You will be turning your assignments into Turnitin, which checks for plagiarism. And then the literature review process, how to go about doing that. There's a PowerPoint for that as well. Anything that you find that it has a PowerPoint with outdated dates on it, dates that don't match our semester, please realize that this is a blueprint course, and so that some of these PowerPoints have been prepared previously, but the information in them is still good. It's just that the dates may be off from this semester. So, if you are working on initial certification, this is what you need. These 3 sections that we looked at above: the assignments, the resources, and the PowerPoints. Then if you're working on advanced certification, you already have your initial certification and you're working on an advanced certification. Usually this would be a superintendent type certification that you're looking to obtain. And so here we have the assignments that are in place for you. You are to do an initial reflections regarding the standards that you are being measured on. And so you will do that, and then you'll also have 5 assignments, each 10 pages, each having to do with the standards that are for your certification, and then the final draft where you will compile all of those as one document and turn in. Very similar to the initial certification, just different standards that you're working on. Again, you'll have an example of what the paper format should be like, the template, a template with notes, common errors that are made on that initial reflections document. I would recommend that you read those. The paper template, and this is referenced in your initial reflections assignment. This is the paper template that they're referring to right here. Assignment 3, there's a resource that you can use that's in here to help you determine some search terms for doing literature research, or searching for literature that will be peer-reviewed literature to use as your resources. And then assignment 4 has, in this is a link to a video of a speech that can be used as a resource in your assignment 4. Then for your PowerPoints, we just have the standards for superintendent, and they're broken down with the quality indicators, is what they call them in this set of standards. So this is where you will go to determine what it is that you're needing to do as you work through the semester. What I have planned to do is, much like the video that I'm doing for you all now, I'll do a video after each assignment is turned in to sort of help you get in mind what's coming up next. There is another assignment that I included for the initial certification folks, because there was not an initial or a beginning or a pre-reflection on the standards. What I have asked for, I'm going to go to assignments and show you. It will pop up in your to-do list. I have asked for, let me see, an introduction assignment for the initial certification people, and just some information about you. What is it that you would like me to use as your preferred email address? Just some personal information about you. And since I'm at personal information, I'll tell you a little bit about myself. Some of you I've actually had in seated class before. The COVID virus drove us all apart. But now most of my classes I teach are just purely online. I have been with Lindenwood as an adjunct professor since about 2008, 2009. And then in 2016, I began working with the university full-time as an assistant professor in educational leadership. I teach all different kinds of classes. I am chairperson for 12 doctoral students who are working on their dissertations, and I'm married. I have 2 sons, and I have 3 grandchildren. I live in the Springfield, Missouri area, and my role before I retired from public education, I was a high school math teacher for 10 years, and then I worked in central office for 13 years. I was assistant superintendent for curriculum and instruction. And so that's been my role in education. One of the things that I want you all to know is that even though we don't have necessarily any synchronous class time or seated class time, I want you to know that you are more than welcome to contact me with any questions or concerns that you might have, either through my Lindenwood email, as a message in Canvas, or if you want to text me or call me on my cell phone, that would be just fine. And I have put those in some of the first announcement that I sent to you all, and I will also include them in the announcement in which this video will be embedded. So I look forward to working with you guys this semester. I think it's going to be a great semester. A lot of this work is for you all to do, sort of on your own. It's sort of like your culminating project, writing project. And so I wish you all luck. I'm certainly here to guide you and assist you in any way that I can. And I just hope you have a great semester.